In this class today, we'll be looking at diversity-related concepts. The first one is ableism. Ableism centers around discrimination against physically or mentally disabled people, and that has caused a lot of controversies within the workplace. So, uh, management of able differently people comes with a lot of challenges because they are very essential and they play a significant role in the organizational management. So increasingly in terms of physical structure of organization, the social structure of organization, management are becoming increasing awareness concerning able differently people in the organization, especially in the Western world. And of course, through the presence of multinational companies in Nigeria, the that such awareness is increasingly being diffused into the sub-Saharan African country. Then you have ageism. Ageism is all about stereotype against elderly people because of their age. But in this part of the world, we respect uh, uh, aged people. Even in Western world, too, they have their own policy regarding the aged people, but it's a kind of discrimination that do occur here and then concerning aged people within the workplace. You have bias, culture, because we have our own unique culture in different societies, which differ greatly to other people's culture. So when you now pass value judgment against other people's culture, that may be cultural stereotype. When you pass value judgment against people because of their age, that is age stereotype, then you also have the gender stereotype as well. So you have, we've mentioned disability, then you have ethnocentrism. That is when you pass value judgment against people for their ethnic uh, affiliation. In most of the Western world, what they have is racial discrimination, and some of the racial discrimination could be systemic in some instance. Well, in this part of the world, especially in sub-Saharan African countries, we experience largely ethnocentrism. When you pass value judgment against other people for their ethnic affiliation, and this is common in Nigeria, a lot of value judgment has been passed, claim, counterclaim, insult, abuse in Nigeria against other people, ethnic affiliation. You have the Igbo saying that the Yoruba are generally lazy and corny. You have the Yoruba saying the Igbo are too aggressive, that is their culture. And you have the outside saying that the Hausa and Igbo, they are, that Yoruba and Igbo are somehow corny. And Igbo and Yoruba are saying they also are power conscious. They are they love power, they love to be in power all the time. Now, that is uh, an ethnocentrism that has affected not only our workplace but also affect our political life in terms of organizational structure and society at large. You have ethno-relativism. This is the tendency to accept other groups, society and culture without judgment. Then you have heterogeneous. This is this composed of unrelated or unlike elements or parts that different groups coming together in the organization. Then you have homogeneous. This composed of similar or identical elements or parts, same group members. For instance, if you work in the local government in southwest Nigeria, for instance, when I went to Ekiti, I realized I went to a local government. I realized that virtually everybody working there, they are from Ekiti. Virtually everybody working there have same culture. Virtually everybody working there have the same orientation, the same value. They share the same value. So that is an homogeneous group. If you go to the northern part of the country as well, you go to the east, you realize that in their local government or local council development, they have majorly people of the same culture, people of the same orientation. Then you have prejudice, which I've explained earlier. You have racism, is also a concept in uh, diversity management. And racism is an institutionalized system of economic, political, social, and cultural relations that ensure that one racial group has and remain power and maintain power and privilege over all others in all aspects of life. And that has to be with foreign domination of the sub-Saharan African country in that regard. Discrimination, this is unjustifiable negative behavior towards a group or its member. But despite all these uh, related concepts that express fear of diversity within a workplace or work group or society organization, there are different benefits of diversity if it is properly managed. The first one is that you have a better decision making and improved problem solving skills, because we're having people from different diverse background coming together to solve a particular problem and contribute to the development of that organization. Yeah, Lagos State is an example where you have diverse people working for Lagos State government, both in their local government, in their at the federal, at the state secretariat, in most public sector organization owned by Lagos State. You have diverse people working, people from the north, people from the east, people from the southwest working together. So they come with different culture, different orientation, unique values, and contributed towards the development of Lagos. Then you have greater creativity and innovation because they are coming from different diverse orientation and they have their unique way of doing things. Then you can compete globally. Lagos, for example, is uh, uh, the third largest economy in Africa after Egypt and Nigeria. Fourth largest economy in Africa after Egypt, South Africa, and Nigeria. So it's and Lagos State is increasingly becoming a smart city thanks to the diverse work people working day and night to ensure that Lagos State achieve that status. And employee feel needed in a diversity cultured environment. That job recognition will be there, the sense of belonging will be there, and you feel actualized in that organization. So how do we manage workplace diversity? We need to focus on individual differences, why people differ, what make them to differ, then that will give us the framework to manage them. First, we focus on the dimension of influence and perspective that human resource bring into the organization. A workplace rich in diversity has the potential of exceptional creativity and productivity. So a workplace is an organization where two or more people regularly come together to achieve the same objective. So these are benefits of uh, managing workplace diversity. Now, to understand diversity better, we need to understand the kind of organization we have. First, we have a monolithic workplace. In a monolithic workplace, this organization is known as a unitary or a neo-unitary organization. They just have one orientation, one value, one goal, one objective, and that is orientation, that is the value, that is the goal, that is the objective of the organization. They believe that people are the same in the organization. They believe that there should be no conflict of interest between the workers and the owner of the business. They believe that both of them are working towards the same goals and purpose in the organization. Then you have the pluralistic workplace where they believe that the goals of the organization, the goals of the business owner differ greatly from the goals of the worker. So there is bound to be conflict between the owners of the business and the workers that work for the employers. Then you have a multicultural organization that believe that organizations have their goal, individuals have separate goals, that there is a multi-level goals to be achieved in the organization. As you achieve an organizational goal, you need to achieve individuals' goal in the organization. So this gives us the framework to understand the strategy to be adopted in order to manage workplace diversity. We have basic three approaches to manage diversity at work. We have liberal change model, you have the radical change model, and you have the transformational change model. We are going to discuss this further in our discussion class. And leadership also plays a significant role, especially leadership in digital era, where you have people having different kind of work pattern in the organization. You have people working through contract staffing. You have people working through uh, flexibility, different kind of flexibility at work. You have people working through remote work, work from home, and all kind of employment pattern, casualization, contract staffing, triangular employment pattern. So there is need for a leader that we understand diversity that comes with all these form of employment pattern. So, and of course, we have different kind of leadership pattern. You have the autocratic, we have democratic, we have laissez-faire. Autocratic leadership cannot work in this regard. So you need a democratic leader. You need a laissez-faire leader to some extent can work. You need a transformational leader, and even a transactional leader cannot work in this sense. So so you need either a democratic leader or a transformational leader. So in managing diversity, two concepts, two leadership patterns are very important: democratic leadership and transformational leadership.